Good evening. It is the KRMG Evening News. I'm Skyler Cooper, and being Tuesday, it's time to check in with Michael Spurgeon. He is the city manager out in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Joins us live right now on the air. Michael, good to talk to you.
Skyler, how you doing, my friend? Hope your week has started off well. It's kind of hard to believe we're still dealing with 100-degree temperatures, isn't it?
I know. It's a little too much for me. I'm ready for fall, for sure. I know we've talked a lot about that road project on New Orleans out by Events Park. Now that Scott Fest is over, that is underway, so we can focus on some other ones this evening. And I know there is another one that is kind of in the works here. It's on the agenda tonight for your city council meeting. That is 23rd Street or county line between Kenosha and Houston. That's one I drive frequently, so I say, this is a good one to work on. And as I understand it, it includes that kind of awkward little bridge that goes over the highway, right?
I am so excited that you asked about this project, Skyler, because I want to start by just sharing with you that we, the city, started the process of trying to secure the funding for this project all the way back in 2008. Wow. And in order to accumulate the funds and to coordinate with the state of Oklahoma and the federal government, which is going to take all the three partners and to make this happen, there is an agreement on the agenda tonight with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation that if approved, we would, in the next few months, be able to go out to bid. And we're estimating that this project is going to cost about $15 million. Because you're right, we are going to widen the road to 5 lanes, and we're going to replace that old bridge there with a brand new bridge that's state of the art. And what I'm most excited about the fact is that through working with our legislators and INCOG, we were able to secure about 85% of the funds for this project of the $15 million. And so the city's portion is only about $2.1 million. But to get in the Department of Transportation's 8-year plan and to secure all the funding, it's been a major accomplishment by the city to secure that type of funding for this project. And so if council approves the agreement tonight, we'll still have to go under ODOT guidelines, which means we would probably be advertising sometime in early 2023.
All right. So there's really no, probably too far out to say, start working at this point, done by this point, right?
Well, I understand from my staff that when you're talking about widening a road for a mile from the current 2 lanes to 5 lanes, you're looking at a year. And then you throw in what's probably one of the most important features of this is a replacement of that bridge. So we could be looking at 15 to 18 months. I'll know more once we open bids and we take a look at our construction schedules and line everything up. So this is something we'll be talking about later this year, early next year, right when we go out to bid. This is something I heard about when I started 7 years ago in Broken Arrow that needs to be done, and to accumulate that kind of money, it just takes some time, unfortunately. However, we're very close, and I'm excited to share with the community that this is finally going to be happening starting sometime in 2023.
Michael Spurgeon is with us, the city manager in Broken Arrow. This is the BA Breakdown. We do it every Tuesday. And in anticipation of our chat, Michael, a listener sent me a question just right as we were coming on the air. So kind of a pop quiz. If we don't know about it, we can look it up and come back next week. But since we're talking roads and construction, here's the question.
Hey, Skyler, when you talk to that city manager from Broken Arrow, why don't you see if he can do anything about 209th in front of Liberty Elementary School? All the people trying to get into it block the highway in both lanes.
So I had to look that one up. It's on 209th up by 41st Street, kind of the northern end of Broken Arrow. Do you happen to know if that one's in the works anywhere?
Absolutely, I do. That road, the area that he's talking about, which would be from 51st to 41st on 209th or 37th Street, funding for that project was included in the 2018 general obligation bond package that the voters approved. And right now, our engineering and construction department is designing the roadway to widen that to accommodate the traffic on the road as well as to take care of the issues that exist in front of the school. I will tell you is that we're also trying to acquire right-of-way because right now it's just 2 lanes, and so we're going to need to widen that road. So I would anticipate we'll probably go out to bid for that project, I would say late 2023 or 2024. We still got to do everything. We've got to finish the plans and specs, number one. Secondly, is we have to acquire the right-of-way. Third, we're going to have to get the utilities relocated. I know that Oklahoma Natural Gas has lines there, PSO as well. That probably takes about a year. We try to do those things simultaneously. So I would anticipate that we've got the money. We'll be able to do something in 2024. So we know that it's a problem. just because of the capacity with the schools and the growth in that area. But relief is on the way, and we're in that construction process right now.
I think that's what people want in their city manager. You throw a question, and he knows exactly when they approved the funding for the road. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
I love those questions. I wish there were more like that, because there's so many exciting things when you're a community our size. I mean, obviously, it is extremely challenging to keep up with road improvements for a fast-growing community. But I'm very proud of the team and the council's willingness to go do bond packages. The next time we'll go to the voters is in 2027, and we are actually already starting the preliminary work right now on which roads we will be looking at submitting to the council in 2026, and then to the community for their input before we go to the vote, probably in the summer of 2027. So I love those kind of questions, Skyler.
Absolutely, I do too. So always encourage folks to. I actually got an email about it one week. You can always do that. You can send an open mic on the KRMG app. We welcome it. Something else, Michael, I wanted to ask you about with the Gilcrease Museum and the big changes going on over there. They obviously don't have a lot of place to show their art right now. So how about put some in the Rose District? That is a cool thing that may or may not happen. I guess we'll decide tonight at the city council meeting. Oh,
I say absolutely yes. As I'm sure most people in the Tulsa metropolitan area know, the Gilcrease Museum is closed for renovations through 2024, and they reached out to Broken Arrow and I believe 29 other partners in regards to what they're calling an In Your Neighborhood initiative. And they've decided that while the museum is closed for renovations, is that they're going to do on display from October of this year through September of 2023. Gilcrease is going to cover all the costs, and they've asked us if we would locate a frame display. These are going to be very quality, weatherproof productions in the 3x4 foot outdoor displays. And what's really cool is there's going to be a QR code that folks can scan, like we all have learned to do since the pandemic back in 2020, to scan for the information about the work, the artist, a little bit about the painting itself. And they're going to be changing it out every 3 months. And so they approached the city several months ago. Brent Rassfield, who works with our tourism and economic development team, came to me with Jennifer Rush, his boss, our economic development manager, and wanted to know if I was interested. And I said, absolutely. Let's take this to the council and make a big deal out of it, because actually to have the museum bring their art to our city is, I think, is an incredible opportunity for us to partner with the museum. So I'm sure council is going to approve this tonight, and then we'll get started.
Michael, before we go today, I wanted to bring something up, just kind of a personal note and a suggestion if you haven't been yet. But over the weekend, I went again to a relatively new restaurant there on the south end of Main Street. It's called Natv, Natv, and it's a Native American cuisine. As you know, I live in BA. I like to support BA businesses, and oh my gosh, I've really had nothing that's on their menu before going there, so it's new to me, and it's delicious. Have you been over there yet?
I had to put a plug in for them because I've been there at least 5 or 6 times. My girlfriend, Dr. Kathleen Elliott, introduced me to Natv, and we frequent there. Sometimes we actually eat there before church, but we also we've gone there a couple of times, taken some friends there. And I can tell you, folks, if you have not tried Natv, I would encourage everyone. It's a locally owned business. The food there is absolutely amazing, and so I'm so glad you got to mention that, because I think it's a hidden jewel in our community in just terms of the quality of service, the quality of the food, the types of food. And so I'm glad that you mentioned it, Skyler, because it is an amazing place to have dinner, lunch, and I think people will go back after they've been at least one time. And some of the food that's on the menu, you'll probably have not had a chance to try. And I would encourage everyone to get that opportunity to go there. Absolutely.
I'm glad you love it as much as I do, and I wanted to throw it out there for Jackie. I'm hoping that she succeeds down there on Main Street. So excellent recommendation. Great talking with you this week, Michael. We'll chat again next Tuesday.
Okay. Have a great rest of your week. Stay cool and look forward to it, Skyler. Thank you.